Now, of course, in Red Dead Online, the main mode of transport is your horse. In here, right now, we've got a Tacoman. Now, in Red Dead Online, in the stables, you can have up to 10 horses at a time. And I've used up all those stable slots. In this video, I'll be going over the 10 horses that I use, and why I use them, and why I think they're some of the best horses in the game. Now, I have done a video going over the best horse in the game, done a video going over the rarest horse in the game, and I've done a video going over how Rockstar made and designed the horses in Red Dead Online, and Red Dead Redemption 2 as a whole. So, done a lot about horses. I'll link all those videos in the description below, but I've never actually done a video going over the horses that I use and my Red Dead Online stable as a whole, and all the horses that I have in there. So, let's go ahead and go in, and I'll show you all of the ones I've got at the moment. Now, one thing I want you to ignore is the name of the horses. I'm absolutely awful at naming horses, and just when I was actually planning and writing this video, I noticed how bad some of the names are and how poorly they correlate to the actual names of the actual horses and their breed. But we've got the classic stables glitch here, so yeah, we're gonna have to load into a new lobby. So here we are, actually in the Red Dead Online stables now. That stable glitch has been around for so long now; it's ridiculous. It needs to be fixed, but yeah, who knows whether that's going to happen. So I guess we could quickly look at vehicles. So in terms of my vehicles, I've got the hunting wagon, I've got the bounty wagon. I believe I've got a bit of a variant on that, of livery. I believe, yeah, I've got a framed one there. I don't really, since I don't use the bounty wagon that much, I'm not going to go ahead and pay, you know, 20 gold bars for that. I mean, it does look pretty clean, but I don't use it enough for that to be worth it. But to be fair, I've got the gold. I could probably do it, but yeah, I think it's a bit pricey, must admit. But a lot of things in terms of gold are quite pricey in this game, especially if you're newer to the game. But yeah, the hunting wagon could do with it. Be cool if we got a trader role expansion one day. Probably never going to happen, you know how it is these days. But that'd be cool, since we literally, it's just grayed out. So that'd be pretty sick. So clearly, you know, there's something to do with that. But you know, who knows? Who knows? Anyways, let's go over to the horses and take a look at what I've got. So you can have 10 horses at a time. We'll start, I guess, what should we start with? Should we just go with tank? Yeah, why not? So tank is my Breton. This is the level 20 bounty hunter horse. So you get, there's obviously different levels to the Breton. This is the level 20 version. I have a Nakatocha saddle on this one, which I tend to have on most of the horses. The only thing is, I believe there's one where I've got the Elgato saddle, and obviously yeah. So basically, I pretty much have this saddle on every single one, since I believe it's the best saddle in the game, unless there is the roll-based saddle, which I have on some horses. So the Delgado saddle, I don't know which one that's on, but yeah, obviously each roll has its own saddle as well. So yeah, I sort of switch things up a bit, really, in terms of colours and everything like that. So yeah, this is a decent horse. I don't really use it that much, to be honest with you, since I just feel like there are better options that have better stats, and I never really think to use the Breton. But this is tank. Yeah, pretty standard horse. It's not I mean, it's fast when it's at its top speed, but as you can see, its acceleration's not the best, so it can feel pretty slow and pretty clunky at times. But yeah, now Slick Junior here, this is my day one horse, really. This was the first horse I got that was one of the good horses, actual good horses. So I got this horse before the naturalist update, actually. So I've had this one a long time. Yeah, this is a Missouri Foxtrotter. This is one of the older Foxtrotters before they added the new variants of it. And yeah, pretty good horse. So it's always been good, really. Its health is obviously a little bit lower, but its acceleration and speed is really, really good, and its stamina is standard. Pretty good horse. Yeah, some people aren't a fan of the look of this one, but I don't think it looks that bad. Standard horse, really. I feel like the saddle I've got on this one suits the coat quite well. And yeah, I recommend Missouri Foxtrotters, honestly. Now, this is another roll horse. The roll horses, I think, are pretty good. You can't go wrong with them. This one here is the Criollo, which is the collector roll horse, and I believe I've got the collector saddle on that, so all collector based. And of course, I have the lantern on every single horse. You get that throughout the collector roll, and it costs about $300, I think. It's very, very useful. I really recommend it, and just means you can see in the dark. But yeah, this is Dash, pretty good horse, pretty standard, like most of the roll horses. And this here is the Norfolk Roadster, the Moonshine level 20 horse, which in my opinion is really similar to the Criollo, really. The only difference is obviously with the Criollo you get higher health, But then with the Norfolk Roadster, you get a bit lower health, but slightly better acceleration. If I had to pick which one I'd use, it would be the Norfolk Roadster. One thing I always remember with this horse is he got scared so easily, so I don't use it that much. And here we have a Cladruba. I actually hate this horse, I can't lie. But and I don't know why I've called it Swift. That, like I said, this is one of the examples I found where the naming that I've given the horse is awful. I've got the trader saddle on there, I believe. It's really slow. I guess it's got good health and stamina, but you don't need that. There's no, at the end of the day, if your horse gets headshot, he gets headshot and it's dead. I don't really see the point in having health that high. Obviously, there are scenarios where the health is a bit too low, but maybe like with the Norfolk Roadster. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend this horse. But at the end of the day, if you want something that can just get you from point A to point B, not bothered about the speed, I guess, then it'll be all right. And then we've got the Mustang, which is a really, really good beginner horse. I cannot stress this enough. It costs about $500, I think. And if you're a beginner in Red Dead Online, this is the horse to get. Trust me, it's great. It's so much better than a Cladruba. It's pretty fast, and you get max health and stamina. Really, really good. Its acceleration's a little bit lower, I guess. But at the end of the day, it's a really speedy horse. You'll be able to keep up with most people, and it's cheaper. Really recommend this horse as a beginner. Then we've got Chestnut, which is at the moment the horse I'm rocking. It's a Turkoman, however you want to pronounce it. It's a big horse, but really good stats. Maximum health, pretty good stamina, and stamina generally for me doesn't ever become an issue. So when you calm the horse, it gains stamina. So as long as you've got a good saddle, you'll be fine. Obviously, as long as you've got the good stirrups as well. The hooded ones, which are the best, so I always just equip all of that, and the lantern on every single saddle along with the same saddlebags and everything like that, since I believe the better the saddlebag, the more outfits you can have on your horse. But yeah, I really like this horse. Really, really good. One of the more expensive ones, but you can't go wrong with it. To be honest, it feels really, really similar to a Missouri Foxtrotter, but yeah, solid horse. Then we have the Black Arabian. I believe this is 42 gold bars, but this is the best horse in the game, 100%. It's fantastic. It's my day-to-day horse, the one I use pretty much all of the time. It's got great health, it's got great stamina, it's got fantastic speed and acceleration. It's got elite handling, which I believe you only get on the Arabians. It's the red chestnut Arabian with better health and stamina, and yeah, really recommend it. Great horse, but of course it comes at a high cost. So if you can't afford that, get the white Arabian, since that's the second best Arabian you can get. Then moving on, we've got Scent, which is a Gypsy Cob. This is what you get with the Naturalist role. Same view on this as I have with the Cladruba, to be honest. I wouldn't really recommend it. But yeah, I just have all the role horses since I think they're pretty cool to have, to be honest. So here we have another Missouri Foxtrotter. This one is one of the newer ones. Actually, I'll have a look at the difference. So this is a Dapple Grey one. This is a bit more expensive, I believe, than the other one. This has the Delgado saddle, which is the Bounty Hunter one, I believe. And the other horse is here. So the difference is, so that's got max speed, 2 down acceleration, and this one has, okay, so the other one's stats are actually a bit better, I believe. So yeah, there you go. I mean, I don't really use this horse that much. I just got it because it was new at the time. But I tend to use this one more of the two, just because it's my trusty companion. I've had this guy a long time, so yeah, I like to use him. But I usually use Muscle. Yeah, that's the name. Yeah, ignore that. Got the Halloween mask on him as well. He's a great horse. Really, really good horse. I use him all the time. Easily, the one that I recommend. Look, if you want to get a horse that's going to last you, well, not last you, they don't die. But this one's great. That is easily the best horse. But if you're looking for something where you don't want to spend the gold, then I would say if you're a beginner, like I said before, then it's 100%. Where's he gone? It is 100% it's the Mustang. There they are. Reaper. Great horse. Really, really good price. I recommend it as a beginner. And then if you're looking for the best horse other than the Black Arabian, then it would be this Missouri Foxtrot, I'd say. Missouri Foxtrotters or a Turkoman horse as well. They're pretty good since they don't cost gold. You don't even need a role unlocked at rank 20 for these ones. These are just standard horses at the stables, and they're really, really good. But all the role horses as well are really solid. I wouldn't recommend the Cladruba and the Gypsy Cob just because they're really slow, but the other ones are all really good. But you can't go wrong with most horses in the game, to be honest with you. Obviously, the cheaper ones don't have great health and stamina and everything like that. But yeah, I think a Missouri Foxtrotter is probably the best all-round horse in the game. But, well, other than a Black Arabian, of course, that one's ridiculous. But in terms of pricing, obviously, if you were to put pricing into perspective as well, then I think a Missouri Foxtrotter or a Turkoman is really, really good. But yeah, that does just about wrap up things here. That is my Red Dead Online stables. So let's get out the stables in my trusty Black Arabian. And there we go. Yeah, this is the horse I use. I mean, as you can see, it's just rapid. But yeah, that does just about wrap up things here. That's my stables, and I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comments below, and let me know what horse you use the most in Red Dead Online. But for me, it is this Black Arabian. And yeah, that does just about wrap up things here. On screen now, you're seeing a link to a different video. Hit the link on the screen if you are interested in watching that. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.